this money as I can and keep buying real things.
So, well, it sounds like you do, because you said that flippantly, but I think it was wise. You use the system of capitalism and this thing that isn't real money, and then you convert it into real assets that is real money.
Well, yeah, and that's
how you get rich.
And that's exactly what the evil people do as well. That's what evil people do as well. If you're a bank and you can print money out of thin air.
What the banks do is take everyone's money and convert it into assets.
Exactly. Or they take everyone's assets. So a bank will, as you know, but the viewers at home may not know, the bank will say, I am the bank and I offer a mortgage to everyone in this studio right now, 10 people, 10 mortgages, you all bought your homes, you know what your job is, you know what your salaries are, and you're all paying me a certain amount of money back on these loans I give you. Okay, cool. Well, interest rates go up, you got some variable interest rates on your mortgages. Then suddenly, I personally crash the property market and the value of all your houses go down. And I start saying, oh, well, your loans are too big, blah, blah. I'm gonna default you on all these loans. I'm gonna take all your houses. What's happened? A bunch of money is moved around, which doesn't mean anything. And I have 10 houses, your houses. And you're all homeless.
And they didn't have to earn their money, they created it.
Exactly, they printed it out of thin air for you to work and do the labor to get these houses. Now they're all mine. None of you have houses, the whole street is mine. So evil people do it, evil people do it, absolutely. They don't even need to do any work or come up with any good ideas to get everyone's assets. Farmland, it's all going into the hands of these people. And it's a scary future to look into.
So I've told this story on other podcasts before, but I've been an envious person. I've told this story because it was so pertinent to me about how most people don't care. I was walking to school. I was walking to sixth form college in Luton. I was 16, 17 years old. And I used to have to walk about an hour each day to school. And it was raining and I was walking. And I was walking with 3 of my friends in a Ferrari. It was an F430, I think, pulled up at the...
That was my first Ferrari.
Yeah. Pulled up at the lights, made a bunch of noise, and I was standing there and I watched it. And then the light went green and he just tore off. I said to my friends, I was like, bro, how do we get Ferraris? And he's like, what do you mean? I was like, my mom is on a council estate, single mother. She raises 3 kids on 300 pounds a month. We can barely afford food. He has 200 grand for a car, liquid for a car. Something is broken. None of the teachers at school have Ferraris. None of our university professors have Ferrari. No one else I know has a Ferrari. What do we have to do to break the matrix and find the money? This is all a lie. I want a Ferrari. And my friends were like, don't know. That's why I have Ferraris.
Wrong friends.
Well, no, that's why I have Ferraris and they don't. That's why I now have 33 Ferraris. Because I was envious. I was envious of this man. Most people don't care.
But you turned envy into learning how to figure it out.
Well, I turned envy into anger, and anger is power. But what we have people doing now, because they don't believe in themselves, because the matrix has dampened their soul, when they feel envious, because they want to level the playing field, which is all envy is, instead of trying to elevate themselves, they try and drag others down. So when people look at my life and they're envious of me, what they should say is, he's truly from the most humble possible socioeconomic beginnings. He is a person of color from a council estate, a single mother household. He is the bracket of criminal. Human trafficker. He's at the bottom, and he made it up to the highest echelon. He's on the phone with Elon Musk and is a billionaire. If he can do it, I can do it. But they don't believe in themselves. People have this idea that if they got rich, they buy all this stuff. But truthfully, what do you need? You need a phone and a laptop. You need a place to live. That's life. And then you have some clothes, you have some watches, and you have some cars, and that's it. There's literally nothing else to buy, so I just buy them all because I'm doing okay. That's it. That's why. And 7 cars is actually a very responsible, sensible number of cars to have. Yeah. You're a very responsible, sensible man.
I don't know I want any more. I think I'm like, for me, too many women. I could handle 11 wives. Now I can't handle 1. Yeah. But yeah, 7's a good number.
It is. And yeah, I guess I'm just, I wouldn't say irresponsible, it's the wrong word.
Are you a hedonist?
No, I don't think I am. But I don't know if you
So you don't seek any pleasure from it. It's not like...
I spoil myself with cars. I feel like if I'm going to go through all this stress and all this pain...
So it's a representation of your self-worth, of yourself. I feel I'm worthy and I want to reward myself.
I just feel, you know what? I don't even drive them. If I have to analyze it, what I truly think it is, I think it's because it's most men's dream. Most men's dream is a Lamborghini, let's say. And they have to save, and they have to finance it and work out how they're going to pay for it, and they have to get the garage for it, and it's a big deal. So by me trivializing that big deal, it highlights to me the echelon of my life. If I walk into a car dealer and say, what have you got right now? Oh, this and this. Okay. Don't ask the price. Don't care what it is. Don't care what it costs, and pay for it. And then leave it at the dealership for 4 months before eventually it collects on a truck, because I never even pick it up, and it goes into some storage unit somewhere. It's like I get other people's dreams with ease. I take their dream scenario and I trivialize it into just, yeah, okay, I don't even want it. And I think that's what I enjoy about it. It's kind of like...
That is hedonistic.
It's kind of like a man's in love with a supermodel. Oh, I love the supermodel, and he writes on her Instagram, and these dudes, this is real. A man's in love with a girl on Instagram. She's got 3 million followers, and she's beautiful, and he's liking her posts and writing underneath it, and he's inboxing her, and she's not replying, and he's obsessed with her, and I'm like, yeah, okay, coffee. Fine, Tuesday. Do I really want to talk to her? No. But this man wants it so bad that I have to make it so ridiculously easy. I guess it's kind of like a peacock putting up his feathers, you know? Or a lion saying, don't come near my territory, don't come near my tree, or I'll annihilate you. It's the same in a fiscal stance. So I just take other people's dreams and I reduce them to nothing, to dust. And then I put it in storage. And then I forget that I even have the car most of the time till I'm reminded it needs a service. And then I'm annoyed I have it. And well, that's a headache. Then it gets serviced. Then it goes back in storage. Give me a normal job. Name a normie job.
Making coffee.
Making coffee. Boom. You're a barista. You're a barista. Now, I'm going to tell you how to get rich as a barista, because I can think that fast off the top of my head. The problem with most people in the world today is not that they do a normal thing, it's that they do a normal thing and they don't try to be the best at it. So you can be a barista and you can just make coffees, or you can be a barista that makes the fancy coffees and can turn over all the cups and do like the tricks and all the garbage. We have a man who became a billionaire from salt.
Yes.
From salt. You can all put salt on. He did it the best. Bam. So the first thing you need to do is get very good at making coffees. That's the first thing you need to do. Be able to do it in a fancy way. Then you need to solicit attention. Well, if you can make coffees in a fancy way, and you can hire a videographer, you can then begin to make fancy coffees in a fancy way, and you can make it look good with a finalized product, and you can get a nice video made that's well cut with some fancy music. You can begin to put them on Instagram and solicit people to watch your Instagram page. Now you have attention. How do you then turn that attention into money after you began to show your fancy coffees? Well, you could, let's say, put together a course or an academy or write a book on the magic of coffee or the secrets of coffee. And you would put a mystery on it. Don't say, I'll teach you how to make coffee. No, say the secrets of coffee. And you'd have a link in your Instagram page, and it would be $9, and it would tell people the secrets how to make coffee, for example. You'd start to sell that for $9. You'd make a couple hundred or a couple thousand, not too much, but you continue to make fancy coffees. People continue to go to your Instagram page. You're now selling the secrets of how to make coffee. Then, after people start knowing you as being a barista, you start to make these $9. You have $20,000, $30,000 in the bank. What you can do is launch your own coffee brand. You can go to Alibaba.com. You can find some coffee beans. You can put your face on it because your face is now a recognized brand. You can get your own coffee beans. You can begin to sell them on Instagram. Before you know it, you're making $10,000 or $15,000 a month. You can start to do tours. You can start to put posters on your Instagram or in your Instagram stories saying, I'm going to do master classes on how to make coffee, 20 people only, $1,000 each at this premium barista specialty coffee shop in London. The coffee shop will allow you to do it for free because they want people to know, get the advertising from you and your brand. You'll charge $1,000 each. That's 20 grand for a day. They teach people how to pour milk in a fucking cup. Boom. You've got a coffee brand. You've got an online school. You're doing seminars. You were a nobody. You worked in Starbucks. You were a loser. You put in a little bit of effort. Now you drive a Ferrari. Done. By extension, anyone who does not drive a Ferrari is a lazy idiot. It is that easy to get rich in the world today if you actually try. Nobody tries. Instead, he'll go to work every day, make the coffees, go home, off. Some people are so lazy that they will work every day instead of get rich. And they think because they're working every day that they're not lazy. I'll argue you're exceptionally lazy because you're so lazy that instead of trying and thinking outside of the box, you now have to enslave yourself for eternity. That's how lazy you are. Nothing lazier than a man with a 9-to-5. Because he ain't trying. The hole in the ceiling is closing. It's closing. This won't work forever, but it will work. Everything I just told you about that could work for an electrician. You could do the same thing. Teach people how to wire a plug. Who gives a shit? You'll make some money if you try. My online school teaches 18 modern wealth creation methods. Everything I just told you there is not actually inside of the school. We have 18 other modern wealth creation methods. When you join, there's a quiz and it says, do you have money to invest? Most people say no. Do you have time? You either have money or time. You have one of the two. We'll turn your time into money or we'll turn your money into money. And you can join. $49 a month will teach you absolutely everything. We have hundreds of thousands of students, but there's hundreds of thousands of people who don't join and they're just destined to lose. So you ask, how can people make money? Well, let's go deeper down the rabbit hole. Let's imagine every barista who watches this now tries my idea. The winner is going to be, one, the person who makes the most beautiful coffee, the person who makes the most beautiful videos, the person who works the longest, who tries the hardest, who makes the most videos, who makes his $9 Secrets of Coffee book that he sells on Amazon the best book, who gives the most value in his masterclass, who gets the best coffee beans for his coffee brand. And then it comes down to hard work. People say, work smart, not hard. Disagree. Work smart and hard, because lots of people are working smart. If you have 5 people working smart and the one who works hardest, he's going to win. I work smart and hard.
Work hard on the right thing.
Absolutely. So there's no avoiding the hard work. This idea that you can work smart and not hard, I don't buy that. I believe you're going to have to work hard, but you have to work on the right thing and work smart first. If you don't work smart, you're not on the starting line. So working smart puts you on the starting line. Then you got to work hard to win the race.
Because there's a load of broke people working really hard, isn't there?
Absolutely, but they're not working smart. You need both. So then, for all the baristas who have watched this, who've decided to take that idea, which I've given you for free, you're welcome. The one of you that works hardest is going to be the one that makes the money. And then perhaps, if you make a bunch of money, you can join the war room, and then you can come and speak to one of us in person. And I'll say, how did you get rich? And you say, I watched your interview with Rob Moore, and I stopped working in Starbucks, and da-da-da-da. I'll say, you're welcome, you owe me a car.